So folks, it's main event time for Pro Wrestling Clash. Presents the Ballad of ClashBandicoot. Here we see our #1 contender, Spike Trrivet.
Doesn't he look happy to be here, Ollie? Looks absolutely ecstatic. And after some strong words earlier, and you'll never meet another man in wrestling who uses a microphone to the effect that he does. He controls a crowd to the way he does. I mean, that is something I will give him not props for, but I'll recognize. Nevertheless, he came out, he insulted the crowd in ways they probably never thought possible, and declared himself the next ruler of Clash, and he will make it strong and stable.
Of course, if he takes that silver spoon out of his mouth, yeah, his words are just as scathing as some of his actions at times. But has definitely not endeared himself to the crowd here at Clash.
But for all the words, all the bravado, is a remarkably gifted wrestler with some great pure strikes. It's just overshadowed by the fact he's just such a horrible person. Making the referee his errand boy.
I mean, sure, just keeping everyone waiting.
Just unbelievable. Disrespect.
That's ultimately the Spike Trrivet's middle name, ultimately.
Anyone who has a paycheck less than 5 figures attached, it's just no one he wants to, respect, does he? Trying to threaten Jerry Bakewell.
I mean, regardless of who he does or doesn't respect, he's going up against probably the most respected man in Pro Wrestling Clash. The man who's been here since day one, whose win-loss record is probably one of the best, if not the best, Clash has ever seen.
A man who had greatness written over him from the moment that Clash opened its doors. And someone that we have seen just continue to rise through the ranks of Clash, and no matter what kind of issues he may have faced, obstacles put in front of him, just a beloved man by the crowd, and never gave up before he reached that belt and became the top of the mountain at Clash.
So champion versus challenger, Sammy Smooth takes on Spike Trrivet.
And there was a little bit of a threat there to Spike Trrivet.
That's exactly why the crowd loves Sammy Smooth. He's up for a good time. He's here to entertain. But you look at just the career he's had here in Clash so far. The most successful combatant we've ever seen. Winner of the Pro Wrestling Clash World Cup.
And this match is for the Clash Championship. Introducing to my left, the challenger. He started from the top, and now he's here. He is the Triv Spike Trrivet. And introducing the champion. He's performed for WWE UK. He is your Clash champion.
So the stage is set.
A little bit of mind games here early on.
Again, teams, I always say this. Why do contenders always feel the need to touch the gold?
Well, they haven't earned it.
I'm superstitious. I believe it's a bad omen.
Well, that is it, folks, our main event. Sam Stoker, a.k.a. Sammy Smooth, versus Spike Trrivet for the Clash Championship. You can see that relaxed demeanor that Sammy employs, just hands in his pockets as he goes around, just never really takes anything too seriously.
No, but do not forget the fact that Sammy Smooth, he's pretty deadly, Teach. I mean, as I say, no one has a better win-loss ratio in pro wrestling Clash than Sammy Smooth.
I would agree. I mean, he is currently the man to beat.
And I mean, you look at Spike Trrivet, this is only his second match here in Pro Wrestling Clash, able to pick up the victory at our anniversary show over Marcus Anthony.
But that in itself is a huge victory. Clash's favourite son is not an easy man to beat.
But as I say, ultimately Sammy Smooth has all the momentum coming into this. You know, he held that briefcase for so long and pretty much went unbeaten whilst holding the briefcase. Tested and tried against some of the best talent this country has to offer.
The arm is in a precarious position. Spike trying to get the legs around and, interesting. Some mind games.
Yeah, almost as if like he could have broken the arm of Spike right there and then. But you know, he's as I say, just renting space in the mind of Spike Trrivet. Spike knows whose house this is. And ultimately, it is the house that Sammy Smooth built.
And Spike trying to take an early advantage and just dragging it down. Interesting. Completely shutting down any momentum while the crowd is trying to get behind Sammy. Nothing happening there.
I mean, Spike Trrivet he hasn't got the height advantage, so he needs to maintain control anywhere he can, and keeping Sammy Smooth on the mat is definitely going to do that.
100%. Oh, pin. 1, 2. And just making sure that Spike knows there's still a threat of a pin. He isn't in easy street. And there again.
Right, quick
1,
roll up.
2. Oh, just a 1 count this time. Spike wisely getting to his feet.
Well, I think that's he's much better off on the mat, keeping Sammy Smooth kind of grounded. Oh, and that's exactly why, because he just ran into a brick wall. That is our Pro Wrestling Clash champion.
And Spike taking a little walk. That's evaluating his current situation.
Maybe
changing his tactics. Still giving shtick to the crowd. And the more Spike gets involved with the crowd, the more the crowd just reciprocate with Sammy. It's not helping him.
I mean, yeah, the mind games that Spike is trying to play currently aren't really working, because it's just turning the crowd against him more and more, which just adds more wind in the sails of our champ. More wrist control from Sammy Smooth. Picks him up.
Pure strength from Sammy.
Putting all the pressure on that wrist joint.
And up again. Just dunking him as well. That's got to hurt the joint.
Well, there's no way that isn't causing agony to Spike Trrivet.
1, 2.
His arm must feel like it's on fire right now. More wrist control from Sammy Smooth.
And Spike trying to just grab the nipples, just doing anything he can.
And little Weasel just able to get behind into that waist lock. just about takes him over, but barely. And again, now back on the mat. The only place that Spike Trrivet will have the height advantage in this match is if Sammy Smooth is lying on the mat.
But look at that, like getting under the ribs, knee on the head, pulling back on the arm. Like he's using a lot of great joint manipulation here early on. Lateral press, just a 2 count. And right now, we've barely gone out the open exchanges here. It's been a very long feeling out process, Ollie.
Definitely. I mean, it's very tense right now. I mean, there's, yeah, emotions are quite high right now between the, especially after what Spike Trrivet had to say earlier on tonight.
Well, there's always an expectation on the champ's shoulders as well. There is always a target on the back. And Sammy knows that, and I think he feels that. There is, you know, you got a new #1 contender waiting in the wings. We have loads of viable contenders that are up and coming. He's constantly got to watch for anyone who could come and take him on.
You just see that's another sign of disrespect shown. Sammy Smooth just...
Oh! Wow. Is that really what you want to do to the Clash champ? And now you just let a fire under him. Oh!
Ultimately, you're just going to piss him off, and that's exactly what's happened. And now Spike Trrivet is taking the brunt of the force that is Sammy Smooth.
To the outside.
Oh, look at his turnabout's fair play. Foot on the back of the neck, keeping Spike Trrivet down, making sure he knows where his place is.
Wow, you can hear that. Well, you know what, Spike? If you don't like disrespect, maybe you shouldn't give it out yourself.
Well, Sammy Smooth up and over.
Oh, kick the knee. Oh, just using the ring.
Yeah.
For any means necessary.
Using the environment as a weapon. Oh. Sit out Gourd Buster.
With authority. 1, 2.
Kick out at 2.
And while Sammy has the finger up to say no, 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 immediately Spike is taking a budge. And now, going back to that scene from earlier.
Oh, stamping down on the back of the forearm.
No hesitation from Spike saying, you know what, you want to threaten doing that? I'll actually carry it out.
Sammy Smooth really struggling right now.
Picking the ankle.
And ultimately, this is where Spike Trrivet has had the most success in this match.
Yeah, and now kicking the face when the ankles are being attended to. Just making sure that at any given moment, hooks the leg, 2, any given moment, Spike can attack him.
Kick to the midsection. Yeah, as I say, Spike Trrivet needs to stay in this position right now. This is the only place he's going to have any real dominant kind of advantage over Sammy Smooth, but he's just drawing at the crowd. This is not what he needs to do.
Seems to me he's in a bit of a conflicting sense, because on one hand he wants to make sure that no one in that crowd thinks they're better than him, but at the same time he's got a job to do. Oh, and another slap. And a chop that they could hear in Downing Street.
Sammy Smooth just springs up and over. Oh, wait.
Oh, pulled under the ring.
Just plucked under by Spike.
Oh, my gosh.
And this one just spilling outside, and the fists are being thrown now, Tej.
That was a stiff shot.
Oh, Sammy Smooth goes up and over.
Very nice.
Oh, Shote.
The sound of that Shote.
Spike just familiarizing himself with the fans here at Pro Wrestling Clash. Not that they want anything to do with him, and you can't really blame him, can you, Tej?
No. Jumped over, very nice.
Go for that rebound forearm, but ate a drop kick instead.
I mean, Spike's done his homework.
Brings him back in, picks him up. Oh, vertical suplex with authority. 1, 2.
Oh,
just the 2 again.
And that chant's been ringing through all night. The crowd wanted to make sure that they never give Spike a moment to feed his ego.
You notice he's just as Sammy's gaining that momentum, starting to put together a string of offense. Spike just realizes it and again locks in that rear chin lock. Slows this one down, brings the pace down, grounds and pounds Sammy Smooth, keeps him on the mat. As I say, that's where it's working for him best this match.
Of course, it's wise for Spike as well because he can catch his breath and recuperate from such vicious shots. And at the same time, he can choke the life out of Sammy. Oh!
I don't think you could have that locked in or cinched in any deeper right now. Perhaps they take it into a sleeper hold. Sammy Smooth could be out if he's not careful.
Spike just imposing his will here. And Sammy trying to fight back.
Breaks out.
And back to the hold again.
Yeah, straight back in, but reversal. Side drop suplex from Sammy Smooth.
And that can create some distance and some breathing room.
That's the separation he needs. Referee up to 7. Both men just about back up to their knees. Sammy's starting to fire up. Oh, look at that. Just an explosion of power and offense from Sammy Smooth.
Look at that flurry.
Out of nowhere, here goes that rebound. Oh! Rebound lariat from Sammy Smooth. Just out of nowhere, flick to switch. It's almost as if Sammy Smooth has snapped. Oh, a reversal again from Spike.
Oh, right to the back of the head. Catches him. Oh!
Flatliner off the ropes. Smart moves from Sammy Smooth.
And he's got to try and take advantage here.
Let's go springboards
off. Rolled out though.
Landed on his feet and rolled through. Boot up.
Cartwheel.
Look at that agility again from Sammy Smooth.
And that's all that core strength. Look at that.
Oh, buckle bomb. Sends Spike Trrivet into the turnbuckles, jarring the neck. And there's that almost inverted Blue Thunder. 1, 2. Just the 2 count.
And Sammy obviously exhausted at this point, but he knows the victory is not that far away. And for Spike, he's got to go back to those fundamentals.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Sammy Smooth just went 100 miles an hour straight out the gates off of that explosive offense. And, you know, it's you either burn out or you fade away. And he's looking like he's about to burn out if he's not careful. It's the problem when you go that hard for that long. It takes it out of you just as much as it does your opponent at times. And we've seen this before. Picks up into the torture rack. So we're going to see Spike go for a ride.
Oh,
no, wait.
Spike gets out. Grabs the neck. Oh!
Inverted jawbreaker.
Takes advantage.
Double springboard. Oh! DDT. Off the double springboard.
1, 2, 3.
Sammy out at 2.
And there I thought we might have to issue a do not resuscitate. Sammy Smooth. Somehow, some way he kicks out. And Spike knows that this is his best moment, because the moment Sammy Smooth fires up, that is all he wrote. Sammy Smooth, the champ, is at most is most dangerous when he's most vulnerable, Ollie.
Hooking in the arms. Grip.
Like
Counter.
I said,
There's the boot up. This is the thing. Every single time Sammy Smooth's been on his feet, he's been at an advantage in this match.
Ollie going up.
Springboards up.
Caught him.
Second time though. He went to the well the second time. Still couldn't find his mark. Double foot stomp. Small
Roll
package.
through. 1, 2. Oh, so close, but staying on him. Catches him.
Into the backstabber.
Super kick.
Basement super kick to Sammy Smooth. 1, 2.
Somehow kicking out.
Out at 2.
Are you kidding me? Wow. That was a phenomenal flurry from Spike Trrivet. But the champ still kicked out.
Somehow, some way, Sammy Smooth able to stay in this one, but how much longer can either of these two men carry on?
Now giving hell to the referee for doing his job. And not letting go of that wrist.
Short arm clothesline. There's a second.
Still maintaining wrist control.
Another slap. Blocks the clothesline. And there's that forearm of Sammy's own. And yeah, this one breaking down into just a flurry of strikes back and forth.
Misses. Catches him.
Roll
1,
up,
2.
Feet on the ropes,
thank
and
you.
referee catches it.
Not today, Spike Trrivet.
Caught the boot coming in, was too busy drawing at the referee. Now the third time Sammy goes for it.
Can he get it? Oh my God!
Slingshot up and over the turnbuckle.
Not a wasted moment.
Third time lucky for the Pro Wrestling Clash champ.
Picks him up.
Torture rack power bomb. 1, 2, 3.
And the champ retains.
Sammy Smooth leaves Boreham Wood as he walked in. The Pro Wrestling Clash champ. Team Spike Trrivet gave it all he could, and let's face it, it came pretty close.
Very close. And like I said at the outset, for all of that bravado, all that awful behavior and demeanor that Spike possesses, he also possesses a litany of skills that took the champ into deep, deep waters. But there is a reason that Sammy is the man that stands atop the mountain of Clash. That's because he can weather those storms. And he remains the Clash champion.
That was one hell of a main event, folks. Very worthy for the Ballad of ClashBandicoot. I don't know if we're going to see much of Spike Trrivet again, but he came, he saw, he did not quite conquer. And Sammy Smooth maintains his winning ways here at Pro Wrestling Clash. It's going to be a huge result, and now look into the future. But for now, your champion and mine.
Ollie.
Wait a second.
Hang on a minute. That's Rocky Mac.
That's the music of Rocky Mac. Folks, your #1 contender after his victory early on tonight in our Fatal 4-Way. And TG's dressed to fight.
Well, I mean, Sammy did say anytime, anywhere. He was invited to that end.
But I'm sure Sammy Smooth didn't mean now. Did not mean tonight.
I want to be the first one to come out here and congratulate you. Great victory.
It was a great victory.
You just came through that. I just came through 3 lads earlier today. And again, I'm #1 contender. contender. Sam, I've been waiting 6 months. Now, you said anywhere, anytime. I'm here, you're here. We can do it on the next show, or we can do it right now.
He's giving him a choice, Ollie. He's leaving it in the champ's hands.
It's up to you.
Sammy Smooth just say anytime, any place. Crowd want to see it now. I mean, both men have been through very grueling matches tonight, Tej.
You're on.
Oh, brilliant. Sammy Smooth says you're on.
Quick show of respect.
What
the hell?
Low blow
Are
from...
you kidding me?
Low blow straight out the gate.
But why?
Sammy Smooth didn't have to... he didn't have to accept. He was given the choice and...
There's no reason. He could have just said the next show. Well, Rocky is stunned.
Picks him up. Maybe going for that torture rack power bomb.
Lands true 1, 2. Oh! Kick out from Mac.
Rocky Mac kicks out and Sammy Smooth looks shocked. I mean, what? I'm just in shock. Why did Sammy Smooth feel the need to?
Well, you know what, Ollie, I'm not sure, but I'm starting to get an impression as to why he doesn't want to go by Sammy Smooth anymore. There is nothing smooth about his behavior. Oh, look at disgusting.
Spitting on Rocky Mac.
Sam Stoker, as he will be known, spitting on the #1 contender. Unbelievable. After what he just went through. Oh, super kick. Gets
off
up
the ropes, picks it up. Spine buster. Rocky Mac now firing up on Sammy Smooth. Picks him up.
Precarious position.
TKO. And now Rocky Mac into it. 1, 2, 3.
We have a new champion.
Rocky Mac is your new Pro Wrestling Clash champion.
A journey that started well over half a year ago has culminated with Rocky Mac standing tall with the belt he so rightfully deserves.
Sammy Smooth with a swift low blow, and to be honest, Tej, you called it. I mean, it's almost as if Sammy Smooth had just had enough. We saw that explosion of aggression in the match. I mean, a mere 5-10 minutes ago. Followed by that swift kick, it seems that Sammy Smooth is dead. Long live Sam Stoker.
And Stoker just staring at Rocky Mac. He just had the whole world in his hands and he sold it for some silver. And Rocky Mac, a man who was not endearing himself to the Clash fans initially, worked on that behavior, worked on being a better person, fought through adversity, fought through injury, fought through 3 men this evening. And now, he is the man that stands atop as Clash champion.
Rocky Mac beat the OJMO. Rocky Mac beat Marcus Anthony. Rocky Mac beat Joseph Kafka, and now Rocky Mac just beat the Clash champ Sam Stoker. And he may be your dar, but he is also your champ. And more questions than answers when it comes to Sam Stoker, but for now, Rocky Mac stands tall. That has been the Ballad of Clash Bandicoot. I've been the Mastermind Ollie Spring.
I've been TJ Lee.
And we'll see you next time.